Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel. It is now 2 weeks until the 9-year anniversary of me starting to post videos on this channel, and I must sadly welcome you for the final time. I will put a star next to that final time because I will come back under a couple circumstances, but those are extremely unlikely. So I've been debating this video for a month. That has been how long it's been since I've posted a video, and it's funny that I should decide to do this after upgrading my computer. Minor upgrade, but still an upgrade nonetheless. And this morning I saw a Rocket League video, which is not something I ever watch. I don't even understand Rocket League whatsoever, but the title and the thumbnail of the video seemed to suggest a very similar case, so I watched it and it was very similar. There's another YouTuber basically doing the same thing, and I already made my thumbnail 2 weeks ago for this, so the fact that they are quite similar is purely coincidental. Now Forza is, or at least was, my thing. It is sadly dead right now, and before anyone says, oh, I often have 15 to 20 in a lobby, that's a pretty low bar, and frankly it's pretty embarrassing that Forza can't fill a lobby less than a year after this game was released. So I think we just need to stop thinking that's acceptable and have some higher standards, because those ratings that Turn 10 was so proud of implementing are essentially useless if you can't even fill one lobby. And I do realize there are very few Forza apologists out there these days, so that is a very small amount of people. I guess indicated by the fact that there are a small amount of people actually playing the game. Now Turn 10 actually did just post a big article of its plans for the future, and I'm sorry to say it is too late, and frankly a little bit too little as well. You know, they planned, we're going to put out Bathurst and Sunset Peninsula, far more keen on Sunset Peninsula, but again, these are two tracks that have been in Forza before. They have been updating this game for almost a year, and by the time these two tracks come out, it will be a year, and every single track added has been in Forza before, not a single new track. So what is the interest to come back? The only thing I will come back for is Fujimi Kaido and Point2Point, which, you know, it's stupid to have one without the other. They kind of go hand in hand, and I think we can all agree that that's pretty unlikely. If Fujimi was coming back, Turn 10 would have definitely celebrated that fact pretty soon, and it would have driven the numbers up from what is a pretty pathetic average of like 450 people on Steam. You can't even average 500 people on Steam. It's just a joke. We don't know what it's like on Xbox, but I think last time I checked it is the 31st most played game on Xbox right now, behind Horizon 5, which is like 3rd or something. You know, overall, I just have lost complete interest in racing games. They have just become completely devoid of passion, innovation, and fun. I have played Dirt 3 recently, gone back to it, and man, it's so sad to see where games were and how good we had it back then, and what's happened. Content in the games is really lacking, which is making content on YouTube boring. That kind of includes mine, I'm sorry to say. If you look at my most recent videos, the most views I get are from criticizing Forza. Pretty much anything positive doesn't do too well. So when people say that videos are negative, just think about what you're more likely to click on before you have a go at criticizing people for making negative content. I mean, why make positive content if it's going to do badly? The negative stuff is just a lot easier to get views from, so people are more drawn to negative stuff. That's why it gets made. It's just simple as that. I mean, drama on YouTube does so well. I mean, it's just human nature, I suppose. So you can complain about the negative stuff all you like, but if you're not watching the positive stuff, then you don't really have much of a leg to stand on. And I think this is the point when it's just time to stop making videos, as it seems most people have. They've either moved on to something else or just stopped YouTube entirely. And I don't want to be one of those guys who's just desperately trying to cling to YouTube and hope that it's going to be something that comes to fruition in the future, or even sadder is when it does do well and then it starts collapsing and guys just continue to post videos, getting not even 1% of their subscriber base to watch the video. I don't want to be in that situation. I've got far better things to do with my life than, you know, sweat away trying to make YouTube videos for an audience that no longer exists. But that said, my audience is still fairly healthy, so I do thank you guys for sticking around for so long. And yeah, I'm sorry if I sounded a bit salty in this video, but if I don't say it now, I never will. So just a couple of things on YouTube from my experience and my observation. First is something that I can't really relate to because I've never really had success, but anyone can actually see this. Success on YouTube is very short-lived for the most part. You do get a handful of guys who can do it or have done it for like 10 years or so at a a very high level and have been successful for that amount of time, but usually you guys are successful for like a year or two and that's it. I think even worse than that is having a channel explode, like just grow insanely rapidly, because often people are only subscribing for one thing, and then if you are trying to do something different, which often you do because you can't do the same thing forever, people aren't going to be interested in the other things you do because they only subscribe for that one thing. That's why you see so many channels that are massive and did explode very quickly, just absolutely in the doldrums. They can't get any sort of views on their videos because, you know, I mean, they're like fidget spinners. They were popular for a very short amount of time and then no one cares about fidget spinners anymore. And then the other thing, this might just be down to the type of person you are, but it applied to me for sure, is that YouTube can be a very all-encompassing thing in your mind, and it can just be on your mind so much that you don't really think about anything else, and it takes you out of real life because you're so worried about what you could post. Or you'll be doing something, you think, oh man, I could be home like making a video right now, this could be the thing that gives me the break. And I always think of the line from Shawshank Redemption,
hope can drive a man insane.
And I think hope that your channel can do well and you can actually make it on YouTube can drive a man insane, as it very, very well did to me. But yeah, just some things to think about if you are considering doing YouTube or are doing it. It's definitely got far more downsides than people might think it does. So thanks for 9 years of support on YouTube, guys. It did offer me an opportunity when there weren't too many around at the time, and for that I'll always be grateful. And that is why Forza has always kind of stuck with me, is because it's a series that meant a lot to me, but I'm afraid I just can't do it anymore. So once again, thanks a lot, guys, and I'll see you at Point to Point or Fujimi Kaido comes back.